I told you to keep your eyes off me. Right now it seems our lives are only getting harder, 'cause we thought the sun sets us free. So I say open the windows and let the water in. Our breath for longer. Yeah, I say open the windows and let the water in. We know our love is stronger, and we're breathing.
What's up, team? Ticket sound is okay. I thought it was good to be on live stream today. I just bought Christmas presents and I spent more, not loads of money, but more than I should have. I don't know, like just like not for me, like on other people. Probably like at least at like $1,000. Like all the presents I bought for other people were like $1,000. And then I was like, oh shit. I was like, I need to make some money in the market, right? But just hit a 1.3K day, so that's awesome. Like so that day just covers everything, so really nice. But yeah, I was sick for 2 days, so I've just come back, had a good day. But yeah, like I say, it was it was $1,275. So like really good day, like £1,000 in English money. And I want to talk you through the trades, but there's just there's a couple of other stuff. There's a couple of other things that I just want to quickly talk to you about. Because there's a few things that have all come out at the same time. So, all right, one of them is all right, hang on, let's try and some mad things to all get done. All right, hang on. Share your entire screen. Okay, so let's use, yeah, you guys are changing around on YouTube and stuff. Maybe just get, so I mean, just very quickly, I was a bit worried about this month. In fact, I was really worried about this month. I started off red. I hadn't had a red week in 3 months, and then I was red. So that was very scary. Pulled it, but since like I've pulled back like 2.5, 2.4, 2.7, I've been doing all right. And then today was a good day, like 1,200. So clocking up like lots of $1,000 days. It's just keeping me losses under control. But like 1, 2, 3, 4. Like $5,000 days in the first 20 days. It's all right. It's. I'm trying to get $1,000. So I'm in 5,376. I'll have to take the fees off, but it's not loads. Borrows have been pretty cheap this month. I'm up to 64. Wouldn't it be nice to hit 70? Yes, it would, but we'll just have to see. So the couple of things to talk to you about. This guide is back online. So the main strategy, the main pattern that I use to trade stocks, to short stocks. It's the Stocks to Trade guys have called it Stephen's money pattern. But this link is worth going through. It's like I use data to basically I use data to say what patterns with that. So if any stock gaps, it gaps in a certain way. It's either a 52-week high, it's either like a bag holder gap bar, or it's somewhere in between. And each of these patterns within the pattern have a probability of success. And then based on that, I also use other data on a spreadsheet, like 400 plus tracked bits of data, historical stocks over the last few years. I basically know when to get in and when to get out based on all other data in the past. So this guide is out, and it's live, and you can get it again now. So it is. They had to basically check everything and check, like, legitimately be like, well, what did you like? I had to show every statement. So they put it up, and then they're like, oh, hang on, compliance needs to check everything. So now everything's verified, everything's up. Because I was like, oh, 600, whatever. And then when I checked the initial statement and had to prove it all, they're like, no, it's not 600, it's 660. So it's like legit. Everything's like tracked, proven, verified. It's all live. And it's $250. It's how I turned $660 and over 662,000, probably 63, 64 now. But there's an intro into the guide and what it's about, and then there's like, you've got like 5 days left to get it. So it's only $250. Like, from the strategy, I made 1.3K today. Not from specifically this strategy, but like I've made 60 plus thousand, most of it from this strategy. Like, I'm fucking marketing to you guys. I'm sorry. Last thing, this is important for you guys. There's a Trade Zero webinar that I'm hosting and I'm featuring in, and the co-founder of Trade Zero is interviewing us, because with where is this? Where are you guys? Yeah. So the thing with I know it all sounds mental, and I'm just meant to be this little kid from YouTube, but with Trade Zero caught wind of what was going on, and they found out that I started their account, like 600, 660, whatever. They know that I made most of the profits through Trade Zero, and they were like, Ari, yeah, let's get you on a webinar. We want to discuss this. You've had crazy returns and stuff. So I'll just put that link in. It's tomorrow. So there's a bit of marketing for you guys, and I'm not doing any of this shit. Like, people are contacting me. It's like, it's not like I'm not like saying, please put me on here, please put me on there. Like, just good. But all right. So today's trades, I posted them up on Twitter just before, so we're gonna have a quick look. So if I can just kind of open that bigger. 1 sec. I'll just. It's the day today. S21. No, it's not going to work. Hang on. Okay, screenshot. 2020, December 21. Okay, so the profits today were mainly OTCs. So I've kind of mastered, I like to think that I've mastered kind of gap and craps. So there was some good gap and craps. There's IG today, AIM. I was cautious on both of them though, but the market's very bearish at the moment. Everything's falling. But I've been trying, like, I've mastered gap and craps. I've got a guide out on it. Now I'm trying to venture out and learn new patterns, because like that one's down. So I kind of, not deliberately, but I've been trying to focus on new patterns. I made like $600 on LKNCY on Friday. I saw that it was starting to come down, and I thought, of everything, this is going to be the most lucrative pattern, this OTC. So so with LKNCY, took 1.6K on that. ABML is, both of these are OTCs, took 200 on that, and then CRBP, that's a classic gap and crap, and I didn't take enough on it. It just wasn't up enough. FCell, just EV, Neo EV. So I'm playing a whole host. I'm really trying to expand. So like, if I can make 60 grand next year on gap and craps and 60 grand on these other plays, I'm like, I've been trading just an hour, 2 hours a day. I'm trading like an hour, 2 hours a day, but I thought, because the gap and craps, the strategy that I've showed you the guide for, you trade 8:30 till 10:30. That's it. You're done. You're pretty much done. The stocks fall apart dead easily. If they don't break down, you just leave them. But I thought, well, if I can make 800, 1,000 on this gap and crap, that's only 8:30 till 10:30, then I can hit these OTCs, or I can hit these EVs, and I can make another 800, then I'm coming up with like 1.62 2k days, and then slowly you go 2, 3, 4k days. So I'm just trying to build, because I don't want to have the same years. It's not about the money. It's like I don't really care about as long as I've got enough to eat and fucking have a nice top. But it's more, how do I grow and how do I get beyond 60k? Because I don't want a 50k year next year after I've had a 60 this year. I certainly don't want to be dying after I've been surviving. So it's about growing, diversifying, and it's very important to always be learning. So, I mean, LKNCY, it's a coffee company. It's had a smaller run up. First red day, give like 70% back. Fuck this one up. I haven't fucked it up, but there's more on the table, and I just bottled it. I was talking to Papa John as well. I was like, Papa, I'm covering, but I know I've made a mistake. Papa was like, he took his off as well. And to be fair, it did bounce. But when the stock's gone from like 3 to 11, it's a case of just looking for the signs of the panic. With LKNCY, we saw this mini panic. Like it was like around this double. It had already kind of had a small panic on Friday here, and then it was grinding up, but it's not like really quite breaking out or anything like that. You've got this second attempt at a breakout after it's already panicked once. You get a secondary panic, and then this was when I started shorting it. I was like, right, this is the third time it's rolling over and filling this key level. And I got short in the 10s or 1180s, I specifically remember. And I just wrote it down this day. And then the next day I was like, for sure, I'm hitting this for the next leg down. And it kind of delivered, but it didn't deliver, because I basically hit it again in the morning, just like starter size. And hang on, this comment, I'm just saying it. How much is your profit? 64. I'm only profitable. Like last year, I'm clear break even, maybe made 1,000 or two. This year, cleared 64 or something. So I'm up like 64, 65, 66 max if you include last year. In the 2 years before I lost. But I've made obviously it all back, and plus a lot more. So fat finger and took 1,000 share shorts. I was like 10 grand in by mistake in the 9s. So that threw us off. But when this level failed, I mean, it looks really easy to play in hindsight. Got back in short. I was up about $600 when it got down to this, when we had this kind of panic down. So up about 600. And I was just waiting for the next leg. So I was quite shocked and disappointed, because I was in decent size. Like I was in about $15,000. When we got this leg back up, I was averaging into the winner. In this area. So when it squeezed back up, I went from like 400, 500, 600 up to like 400 down. So that was a disaster. When it reclaimed from this area up to this area, I was down. I went 600 up to 400 down or something like that. So that was a disaster. But I was fortunate enough to see this double top. And when I saw the double top, I got straight back in. When this double top kind of, because we know it's going to fail, right? I mean, if you look at the stock, if you know OTCs or anything about OTCs, they'll go parabolic, and when they start to crack, they'll have a big panic down. And we know from yesterday that the signs are in that it's going to panic. It's just a case of when. So I'm just looking for any bearish sign to attack, and I'm hoping for the panic. And if I don't get it, I cut it, and if I do, I do. But so I mean, the retest and failure of the level was the first attempt short. I was a little bit early. This first double top is the first sign of panic, and you could have had some, but obviously I held for more and I didn't get it. Then the next opportunity for the panic is this double top here, and it was a little bit scary, but ultimately held and was rewarded with this little crack just on the right hand side of the chart. And after that crack, it was a case of just trying not to cover. This whole area is just trying not to cover. The actual covers were pretty much in these ranges. I took everything off when we started bouncing here. So ultimately, I mean, I was in for from about 970 to 850. So I mean, it's only a $1.20, but it's an easy $1.20, and there's not many bounces. This bounce here into the 880s was a gift to get back in. This for sure goes lower. I'm just new to OTCs. Like, I mean, I took about a $20,000 position on this to make 1.8. So I took like really 10% in and out. So to take a $20,000 position, was it 20,000, 2,000 shares? Not, but maybe $17,000 position. Like it's a slow moving, simple stock to a degree. It's not like some of the other stocks that I've traded, like First Green Days. You have to trade a bit smaller. They're a bit more jumpy. This is very straightforward for me. So I took a bit more size, got the 12, 14%, and it worked really well. I'll just show you the other, then I can quickly answer some questions. But the fucking textbook, simple short, straight out of the guide that I've just shown you guys. Straight out of the guide, very, very basic, very easy. Biotech. It's got this horrible crackdown chart. We've gapped up. It's up about 25% at times pre-market, but it comes down to about 22%. It's got a history of gapping and failing. The volume is nothing special. So we can expect based on the type of pattern this is, which is it's in the guide, it's a low volume resistance short. Now it's actually arguably a high volume, but we'll not get into that. It's for the guide. It's a pretty high probable short in terms of the pattern within the pattern, and in terms of the volume, it's again, I'm not going to give too much away, but in terms of the volume, it's pretty much a 90% failure, 95% failure. So for this, again, on these extremely bearish trades, you don't need to be getting in here. I was actually just shorting on VWAP on the 180s because it is bearish. I don't need to chase it down. And I covered the first dip, and stupidly, because I was focused on LKNCY because it's a new pattern, so I'm concentrating more on it. I really missed this golden, like I covered down here, I missed this golden opportunity to reshort the 172s to take down to the 150s. So, and that's why I like the gap as the gap and crap strategy, because like I literally could have took from 180 to 150, 15, 20%, and I'm done. I'm done in half an hour. Took me 15%. It's very bearish. There's not a lot of volume. It's not a worrisome chart. But then with the likes of LKNTY, fucking sitting here till 2:30 p.m. So I'm forced to work the whole day. When I don't want to. Which is where it's more difficult. But they're the two trades. Let's just hit some comments and go through some charts. I look fucking weird without a beard. I'd have a can, but I'd have a can of beer, but I have that webinar tomorrow, and I don't want to feel anxiety. I shouldn't feel like fucking LKNCY is going lower. Let's hit the questions and just see what's going on. It is great music, Daniel B. Simon, what's up? Hey, man. Hey, Z. Daniel. Nice. I'd comment first on people's YouTubes as well. Looking sharp. I'm all right. Ad boy, all right, brother. Gavin, nice to see you, man. Looking clean. I know. I don't think I like it, though. At least I'm not ill. I was worried when I was trading ill today. What's up? What's up, Addis? Been playing cricket. It's actually the white collar. Bridget, looking fit. How is it going? That fasting stuff's been doing you well. What's up, man? Is shredded. Nah, I'm fat and unhealthy, man. How was your weekend? I spent the whole thing in bed, ill, 2 days. But thank God I could get up for trading and have this wonderful $1,300 day. Clint, looking good. Clint, did you take any kappas? What's the crack? Are you trading or what? Dragon Dance, what's up? Nice to see you again. Yvonne, always good to see you. Where's me Tetra T? I know you've bought it now, haven't you? Simon, sounds good. Why am I showing null? I know your Dragon Dance. Your name's showing up for me. You fixed it. Just grabbed your DVD. epic, mate. Hit us on Insta if you've got any questions or feedback. I'd love to hear it. I've had a little bit of feedback on the guide because Stocks to Trade put it up and then they pulled it off because they needed to verify me stuff, me profits and starting balance and everything for compliance. But it is up again now if you guys want it, and I'm glad that you got it. And please hit us with feedback. Mate, it's fucking $250, so you can't really go wrong. The assignment, I would definitely recommend Junk's DVD for anyone that is new here. Really great content. Mate, thank you so much. I'm not sure if you've hit us on Instagram or not. If you haven't, like, hit us up. It would be good to have a chat with you, just so I can get some feedback as well. The links for the guide and the links for the Trade Zero webinar are posted already. Just scroll up in the chat. I will be definitely adding this to support you, bro. Brilliant, brother. Thank you so much. Watching too. Get it, bro. It's the good thing about YouTube and that, like, if something's bad, people are going to tell you it's bad. I'm not going to release bad shit or anything expensive ever. Not long yet. Fucking LKNCY is such a mistake. I've missed another 60 cents on it. But I'll learn for the next time. Nah, shorting new patterns. Like, I was like, honestly, all my money that I've made pretty much until the last, maybe when the EVs ran, I started clicking on the EVs and I was like, shit, I just learned that setup. But before that, everything was made from Gap and Craps, pretty much everything. First Red Days maybe as up $600 on, but the 60K there or thereabouts is all from Gap and Craps. But then the EVs hit and I pulled like $8,000 off the EVs and I was like, shit, I figured out how to short these parabolics. Then Papa John was like, yeah, you should be shorting these OTCs. And then, I mean, obviously I've asked him like, oh, is this and is that? Like, so Papa has helped a bit, but most of it is like, he doesn't say, oh, I'm in and out here. Like, it is all me deciding what to do. And it's just instinctively, I've got a feel for trading now. It's mental. Instinctively, I just know where longs are, where shorts are, where squeezes will happen, when things are a bit bullish, when things are a bit bearish, when things are going to bounce. Just got that instinction if that's a word, but it's all from tracking. Everything started from tracking gap as, tracking price action, tracking average highs, tracking from the open to the higher day. It's all in the guide. And then when you expect it, you start being like, that's not going there, but it does look heavy on it. It helps the cogs turn in your head and it helps you to figure out the market. That's, sorry for the vague explanation. I've already answered that. Honestly, you guys think I've worked hard. Like when I was working in advertising, doing a fucking 9-10 hour job, and then I was studying 7 hours. I was working hard then. I haven't been working very hard. Like the last few weeks, like today everyone goes to work. Like I just went to town with me mom. I couldn't be bothered to trade, so I came an hour before the open. Like to be fair, I've done like 7 hours in the market a day. I did like from 8:30 Eastern till like 5. I've done a full of 4. The market's closing. I've done a full market day today, which is not, and I did a full market day on Friday, but it's not common at all. But it's only because I'm learning these new patterns. Yeah, that's my first one. First 2 years I lost. Third one I broke even. Fourth one I made like 65. Fifth one I'm hoping to clear 100 plus. Like that's the way it's going. But you have to diversify and learn the new patterns. Like everyone's like, oh, you found a pattern that worked, just scale up. It's not like that, because the pattern will work, right? And then all of a sudden next month it doesn't work as well, or you don't see it as much. Like that's why short and gap as is good, because there's fucking always gap as every morning, because if there's not, then where's the stock market? Like there's always gap as. Like the pattern that I trade, the guide, it's the most common pattern in the stock market pretty much. But still, like you have trends of them just going nonstop. Like now they're just failing nonstop. But like when I say failing, I mean they're all falling. So if you short, you bank. But a lot of times they just rip. The market gets too strong, and I need to diversify. If I'm gonna, it's not a case of just sizing up. It's not, for sure. Thanks. Yeah, it's fucking tough. I had a full-time job for years. It was very difficult. All right, AQB we can come to in a sec. Fat and unhealthy. I am fat and unhealthy. What's up, Don? All right, guys, if you want to hit us with tickers, let's hit some tickers. I mean, it's the end of the market, so I guess that's why. Glad you're feeling okay. Hi, Michelle. How's it going? How's you trading? Keep us posted on your swings. I'm still a bit ill, but I'm all right. Absolute legend, Yvonne. Let us PayPal you the cash as well, so I'll owe you some money for it. Do you always short? Nah, long a bit as well. I had some really good longs on Mora and Riot. Let's just do a market recap, actually. I'm curious on everything, so looking forward to starting the guide. Please hit us on Insta, give us feedback, hit us on Twitter. Thanks for the great explanation. Awesome, dude. What will you look out for next year? OTC shorts, hot sector parabolic shorts, gap and crap shorts, multi-day breakout longs, hot sector longs, OTC dip buys. Like, I'm fucking hammering it all. Let's go. Isn't it? That's the price of doing business, brother. All right, how are we doing? How are you doing? All right. Let's hit some stocks. I'm curious to see what I was in LKNCY all day. I feel physically ill that's dropped an extra buck, but whatever. You've got to take your 1300. That's cool. All right, how do I do this? Okay, I'm going to take it off me just so you guys can see the screen fully. So LKNCY, me covers at 855. It's now at 820. That's not a big difference from the bottom, but what I'm more concerned about is A, I don't have a position overnight, so tomorrow, and B, I missed some on that pop. In terms of the market and what's closing up, Mara had a fantastic day, absolutely fantastic. Very, very, very nice long. And I was short this first red day, lost $200 on it. Should have known better, but it just ripped today. I mean, you've got a very clean breakout on 1042. I really like that, but you need to be buying like a weak open red to green to make sure your risk reward's right, or you need to be buying like a 1035 breakout if it has nice consolidation. Oh my God, this is outrageous. What the hell is going on? So your 1035 breakout, so your multi-month breakout or whatever is pretty much this 1035 level. And I think you get a relatively clean entry. I mean, there's a couple of ways you could have played this long. You can either, it breaks. It's if you look at this level it's a multi-day, multi-month breakout. Maybe it's even multi-year. It's probably multi-year breakout. So it's a very key level to play on the daily. So you're just looking at when to get in after it breaks, right? So you've got this breakout. The breakout is here. So you're just trying to figure out when's a good entry to try and get in with good risk reward. Somewhere near VWAP, maybe on the trend break. So you've just got this little lift off. It's quite clean. You're buying under the breakout level, but then you've got a clear risk on VWAP, and it's a level that can work. The trend break can work. Buying just off VWAP, risk in VWAP can work. Or if you just want to be super safe and play the breakout, you've got it re-breaks here, and then you've got your kind of your confirmation that it held here. I think both worked, right? So, but the key is like let it break out here. Let it prove that it can hold the breakout, and then you've got a really nice kind of buy and a really nice swing for tomorrow. I mean, that buy in the 1040s, you're up a buck. You don't have to sell. It's probably gaps up tomorrow. Who the fuck knows with Bitcoin? There'll be a bunch of idiots getting squeezed on this thinking it's up too much. You'll have some fucking idiots shorting this probably. So if there is a squeeze, there's no reason why you can't get 12, 13, 14, something like that. I'm positive. I haven't looked, but Riot will be following suit. It's not actually. That really is quite a surprise. You've caught Riot on a dip. I don't know if it's done an offering or something like that, but for me, that's really quite strange that Riot's not hit 52s as well. I think Riot's previously led and Mora's been behind, but Mora's now seems to be ahead. I don't know if this had bad news or something, but I'm sure Riot will be continuing. That's again, it's a very, very, very. I mean, if you think Mora might lift Riot up, that's a very, very solid base. I mean, Riot's probably a fucking buy after don't know the fundamentals. I don't know if they've done an offering or anything like that. But I mean, if you look at Bitcoin didn't have its greatest day. Then it kind of fell apart. But over 5 days, it's made its move and it's trying to hold it. So if Bitcoin's like breaking out into the end of the day, maybe, but Bitcoin's like, I think it's made a big move and it needs to chill for a while. What's up, Hannah? See, yeah, I think I saw Hoodie playing CYDY and I was a bit jealous. It's another OTC break, right? I'm not sure. CYDY, you long? Higher highs, higher lows all day. CYDY is on my list. Yes, it is. I like it's gone from 2 to 6. The last time it ran big, it went from 3 to 9. So there's a 2 to 6, 3 to 9. It's both 300% runs. This is ultimately a short for me, and because like this is the OTC panic that I'm talking about, which we can see why. They'll just have these huge panics out of nowhere and be done. So CYDY, if it's done it once, it'll do it twice. I'm waiting for this panic again. It's a matter of time, but maybe to be safe, I'd like one more green day, like one big green day, and then I'll be doing exactly the same with CYDY as I did with Alkane. Down and pull 1 or 2,000 from it. Fannie Mae, what you guys trading the back? Again, it's OTCs, right? And OTCs are hot, makes sense. Yeah, this style. CYDY I love though. PHUN. Bit mid-range. I kind of get the dip by SNDL. I don't know. Yeah, it's the old sub penny. They've done it's still a sub penny. It's an alright first green day. God knows if they're planning on ripping this up or what. I don't think it's fucking. That's so it's so typical from sub pennies. That 45. It's not a lot. I've seen SNDL do worse. Like when it had this 2-day run, it went from the 30s to the 90s again. A 300% move. That's crazy. Oh, let's get Michelle. CBAT looks like it's got news and closing strong. CBAT's battery. CBAT battery. Yeah, I mean EVs. How did the EVs do today? EVs closed half green and half red on my watch list. CBAT doesn't really have that breakout volume to really get through any of this. It's got a ton of resistance in the 620s with volume. It did close strong today. Wow, very nice. It's all happened at the end, has it? Okay. So that makes a difference because some news is obviously broken the 490s, I would assume. Do we have anything on stocks to trade? $225. What time was this? 3. No. So I don't know if this is a chat buy or what, but CBAT's closed really strongly. I wouldn't really want to be swinging this. You can't really be swinging this because you're buying too high up. You need to see what this does tomorrow and look for like a weak open red to green, like dip in red, like that kind of thing. But yeah, close strong. NIOC, yeah, I think you have to watch the YouTube recap because I don't want to explain it again. I've kind of just explained it in detail. I don't know if you just come in. But the YouTube video it publishes, like you'll see it tomorrow morning. That was a crazy run. Yeah, it was. But the pattern is basically just waiting for OTCs to get really overextended, then short the first red day. Like that's it. I'll wait for cracks and then just short. Like it's that simple. I took ABML. This is the last one I'll go over, and then I'll let you go. I need to save me charts and stuff. I tried with ABML. Look, this is another OTC up massive. It's an American battery. I didn't realize it was battery. That causes problems. ABML was from like 20 to a buck. I was shorting. Where did I get this? Yeah. When this started failing, like it's up loads, right? I saw the crack here, so I actually shorted this crack and wrote it down. And I took like 600 from it, but because it's just, again, quite simple. Like it's up loads, it's showing signs of weakness. Maybe this is the reversal. It's just that simple as that. But when it came back and just held, like I was like really pissed off because I'd like added short and added short and added short. And I was like, come on, roll over, roll over, roll over. So it's not as predictable. It's about the trade different in NASDAQs. It didn't roll over. And then thank God I covered. I ended up just covering around the same area and at $800 to $200 loss. And then thank God, because like it would have really took me face off if I'd lost discipline. Thank you, brother. I'll have to remember your name. Simon Future. Simon from the future, basically. All right, let's do this one as the last one. And this one. Trade Zero doesn't let you show penny stocks of less than $1. I don't believe it does. I don't think it does. It didn't used to. I have multiple brokers for different trades. From Heaven, do you think you can talk a little about it? Yeah, it's super important that just basically, like I went through so many swings and I took so many bad losses in my career. Like if I count up the $1,000+ red days I've had and the $2,000 red days and even the odd $5,000 red day I've had, if you took them out, I would have cleared 100K this year. I mean, that's all ifs, buts, maybe, whatever. But if I'd had a better grip on my losses, I would have cleared 100. Because there's a lot of stupid, undisciplined losses in there, which you guys have all seen who've been following us. But the way I've not got a grip on them. Like I've took $2,000+ losses this month, but the way I avoid them and the way I trade profitably, because I've started adding much more size to me trading, safely though, like super safe. So like, say for example, when I'm shorting pre, I'll not have too much size, but at the open, when the volatility comes down, I'll start hitting more size when the volatility is not like 931, 932, 933 or pre. So, but the way I'll manage it is I used to scale in and scale out. So when I scale it in, if you scale in, scale out, say for example, ABML, that OTC we've just looked at, if I scaled in, then you add until you lose it, add until you lose it, add until you lose it. Even when I scaled into ABML, I lost like 200 on it, 300 scaling, because I gave it too much room. So it was a mistake I made today. But generally, what I'll always do and what I get the best results on is I will just short. So like say, for example, pre-market, I'll try and find an average because it's a little bit volatile, but I'll not use much size. At the open, I don't want to miss the move, especially shorting the gappers. So I'll be like, I think this is going to, say it's opening at 9. I think it should spike to 10. So I'm hitting like 940, but then 980 with size. So I've got an average of 970. I'm cutting after 10. But with anything else, it's a 1%. It's a 1% loss. Whenever I'm trading higher price stocks, whenever I'm trading OTCs, generally, and whenever I'm trading the EVs, whenever I'm shorting the parabolics, it's always with 1% loss. Like I'm hitting size or the Bitcoin stocks. This is short, by the way. As long as I'm not very good, I'll just fucking buy lower and buy lower. But scale. But with shorts, well, because I'm using a lot of money, sometimes like 10, 15, 20K dollars positions. I'm shorting 10k, and if it doesn't feel right, and I'm shorting when I think it's rolling, and if it doesn't roll, if it doesn't do what I think when I don't cut me loss based on percent or value of money. I cut it on time, which not a lot of people will do. I'll cut it because it doesn't. I'll cut it on feeling because it doesn't feel right. And if I don't cut it on feeling, I'll cut it 1%. Look, it's not doing what you're doing. I'm short, like if you're short 10 grand, if you short 20 grand and it moves 1% against you, you lose $200. So you lose 40 bucks, 30 bucks, 0.5% generally, $4 commission. But when I'm right, if it confirms and it pushes, I'll take maybe 2 or 3% straight away. So that's like 80 bucks, 100 bucks, 120 bucks. I'll take half off, or generally half off. And then if it comes back, I'll just stop out. But if it rolls, if it runs, then if I take a 20 grand short, lock in 100, 120 when it does what I want, and then I can like let the other half roll. And if I'm wrong, but I was right, like I'm still like, I've got a style that really, really, really works, and it's took us 4 years to get it. But it means I take size. Like with LKNCY, I was short like $20,000. I'm like, like you can't let 10% go against you. Like I have to cut LKNCY at 1% because 1% is $200. So I have to have a perfect execution, and I need to be cutting it tight. But when it works, like LKNC worked, it was 20 grand in. What 8%? It's 1.6k. So just got to cut them very, very tight and get in and out a bunch of times. Commissions today were $260. ECN fees probably more. So like I made like 1.8, 1.9, but with all my fees off, it's like 1.3. So I got charged like 600 fees, but it's the only way I know how to trade dangerous penny stocks safely. I think that's a wrap, guys. So giving a lot away, giving a lot of secrets away, but whatever, doesn't matter. Happy to help everyone for free. And in the next year, I'll do a bunch of videos on how to, a bunch of live streams, bunch of videos, just to help you guys out for free as well. And if you want the guide, the link that, or it's on my Twitter. And I hope to see you guys at the Trade Zero webinar tomorrow. The link for that's here and on the webinar as well. So peace.